Hello everyone, welcome to the final show of Pro Tour Gatecrash here in Montreal. It's been a fabulous 3 days, and Brian, none better than our finals day here on Super Sunday.
It was a tremendously stacked top 8, lots of great stories, people finally crossing over that threshold into the top 8, and a player who's been playing for a long time finally getting the chance to hoist that trophy in Tom Martell.
Yeah, Tom Martell took it down from the United States, 7 US players in the top 8. There you see him lifting the trophy, and he's not a super emotional guy outwardly, but the way he hugged that trophy to him, it really, really mattered. That was a life-changing moment for Tom Martell, and that's part of why we play, because that's what it's all about. Fantastic.
Yeah, he was playing like what I guess you would call a combo weenie deck.
Right.
Right. You know, you come out of the gates very quickly with Doomed Travelers, Champion of the Parish, Cartel Aristocrat. You know, kind of beat down, and then finish the game off a number of different ways. He had Skier's deck High Priest to make demons. He had Falcon Wrath Aristocrats. He had Zealous Conscripts. He even had the possibility of playing Blasphemous Act with a Boros Reckoner, the breakout card of this tournament.
For sure.
Blasphemous Act with Boros Reckoner, if his opponent's at 13 or less, being able to redirect that 13 damage or, at the opponent and finish them off with a little bit of a combo finish. And of course he was playing Lingering Souls as well, because that's what Tom does, yeah.
All right, let's take you back to the start of the day. 7 Americans and Joel Larsson from Sweden came in. Ben Stark was up against Stephen Mann, and in the quarterfinals, Stark won by 3-1.
Yeah, it was, that was a matchup that seemed very much favor Ben Stark, and it played out that way. Ben of course, playing a deck with, as they joked, without win conditions.
Yes, it was all Nephalia Drownyard, wasn't it?
Yeah, he gets to play like 3 or 4 extra lands over all the other control decks, and his lands are actually ultimately his win conditions.
Jerry Thompson, playing in his first Pro Tour Top 8, super popular guy, terrific guy as well. He was up against Joel Larsson. Looked like that was going to be an interesting one. Joel Larsson emerged from that by 3-1.
And that was a blue-white-red semi-mirror, both players playing Boros Reckoner, both players playing, a lot of the same cards, with different Boros Reckoner combos in their deck. Joel Larsson having the Blasphemous Act Boros Reckoner combo, where Jerry Thompson had the Channel Fireball innovation of Harvest Pyre, which is just this one Harvest Pyre that's in your deck. You can flash it back with Snapcaster Mage. You're Thought Scouring your deck. You're drawing a ton of cards with Sphinx's Revelation. Your graveyard just gets filled up, and then you're like, oh, what are you at? Oh, you're at 18? Okay, well, I'll Harvest Pyre, removing 18 cards from my graveyard at my Boros Reckoner, and then 18 to you.
All right, at the bottom of the bracket, Eric Froelich and Owen Turtenwald, friends, teammates, colleagues, they went at it yet again. They'd already played during the weekend. Froelich emerged 3-1 in a match that perhaps didn't quite live up to expectations. It looked like that could have been really tight, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it ended rather abruptly. This is a match as old as Jund.
Right.
It was Jund versus Naya, with Naya emerging victorious in the hands of Eric Froelich, a deck that's capable of just doing some very, very filthy things. Gyre Sage, accelerating your mana, Burning Tree Emissary, exploding out onto the board, and then just the very, very powerful and breakout Domri Raid as a planeswalker, as a card advantage and a way to clear the path for your menagerie of creatures.
That left a moment of history. Melissa de Toro became the first female player to join us on the top 8 stage on Sunday. She acquitted herself admirably against Tom Martell, but as you already know, it was Martel who would ultimately advance by 3-1, and that was a bit unexpected. Yeah, it was,
Melissa didn't think it was a great matchup for her. A lot of the other pundits, ourselves included, thought that the matchup did favor her. We saw her play against the weenie combo deck in the Swiss, where she had a lot of life gain. She had sideboarded Rock's Faith Menders and Centaur Healers and Restoration Angels, and just doubling and doubling again her life gain, and getting way out of range of how much damage that deck was capable of dealing. But that's why they play the game, right? Like, and it didn't play out that way. And just a great weekend by Melissa. She worked with Raph Levy and the TCG player team. A lot of great players there, put in a lot of hard work, and she just was on point this whole weekend. She played some great Magic. It was exciting to see her. I've been watching her play, top-notch Magic for a long time, and to choose one of a handful of players who got their first top 8 this weekend, well deserved.
Yep, she'll be back. Semi-finals came back. All the quarters were 3-1. Both semi-finals 3-2. They went to game 5, but in them, Larsson took care of Stark, and Froelich just missed out, losing out to Tom Martell. So that set us up for a final between Sweden's Joel Larsson and the US Tom Martell. And in the event, Brian, it was 3-1 to Martel, and well deserved in the end. It was a sort of quite a comfortable victory, I would say, in the end.
You really got to watch Tom and see Tom, go through his thought process, and he played a great game. It was really exciting to watch, and again, someone else who's been playing for a long time. He did have a Pro Tour top 8 previous to this, but this is the first time he was able to hoist that trophy, and he did so with such joy. What an exciting moment.
An exciting moment, an exciting 3 days. Fantastic to have you all with us. Let's do it all again in May for Pro Tour San Diego and around the world at the multitude of Grand Prix. We can't wait to see you there and on Magic Online, of course. But until we meet again, who'd have thought when we came into Pro Tour Gatecrash here in Montreal that the whole thing would have been won by a deck called the Aristocrats?